Hello everyone, my name is Justin.
And I am Tim.
And welcome to our first ever podcast episode called Chilling and Shilling with Justin and Timmy. And in our podcast, basically we want to talk about
our MCU recap for all you superhero fans out there.
Yes, we want to basically chill and shill over things we really love. And today's episode, we are going to be talking about that MCU wonderful list of movies.
With the release date of Avengers Endgame only days away.
We decided we were too lazy to rank all of them and then go over them each individually, slowly. So we're going to rank them in order, starting from least good to best good.
I know best good was a term. But
best good is a term I created. Yes. So basically, I've already had a list written out. You have a list written out.
I do.
What we're gonna do is we're just gonna start from the least.
Are we working from
the least?
Least
from
to best?
From 21st to first.
21st.
And we're going to we're going to talk about the movie. You say the movie,
why we rank it
then rank it, and then we only talk a little bit about it, rank it, and then we move on. Right. Well, give us a little reason why it's ranked so low or high, and from then on, we're just gonna keep moving things along. All right. I will get things started.
Ew, I'm anxious.
Why don't you get started?
No.
All right.
I'm anxious.
All right, I will get started then. Justin will get started. So, let me lick my finger, and get out my notepad. And make sure it's away from you so you don't sneak on my page. So, the first, or the worst, I should say.
Yeah.
Starting out, well, I wouldn't say any of these movies are bad. But
none of these movies are bad, but there are varying degrees of relevance.
I would say that there's like, at worst they're average, at best they're so just delicious. Yeah. All right, so
okay,
21st on my list is The Incredible Hulk. No surprise there.
Not at all. We are in actual agreement.
Oh,
I have the Hulk 21st as well. So
I ranked it. I gave it a 5.0 out of 10. How about you? Give it a 1.
No, I mean it has some use, but in terms of MCU movies that have maybe gotten less relevant with each new release. Definitely the first Incredible Hulk movie.
I mean, it's so irrelevant. Whatever happened to Betty Ross, huh? Is that even her name? Was it Betty Ross?
Yeah, that's Betty Ross. It's Betty Ross. Well, my thing is, what happened to him after Avengers 2? Never got a... Hey. He just shows up in Thor Ragnarok. And then what? What was Bruce Banner doing in between that little gap?
And what happened to Edward Norton? Obviously getting recast. Yeah, it's just a sad. The only good part of that movie was the that last scene with Tony Stark.
Yeah,
and,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the only.
Save us, Tony.
That's the only thing that's relevant to the MCU about that Hulk movie.
We're both in agreement there. So moving on to number 20 on my list, I have Thor: The Dark World.
We must be like a 2 in sync right now. I have Thor: Dark World as well. Even though I like Thor: Dark World,
there's things like
I feel like Dark World gets a lot of unneeded hate, but
I agree. I think that it gets unneeded hate. That being said, have you watched it lately?
I have, and I'm just like, man,
it's just like it does. It's like things are happening, but none of those things are exciting.
I would say, thank goodness for Ragnarok. Otherwise, Thor would probably have the most disappointing 3-run movie. I'm honestly saying that. Sorry.
Ragnarok saved that shit.
Sorry. Ragnarok actually, saved, the Thor franchise, in my opinion.
I put that as a 5 out of 10 as well. Is your 5 out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so moving along, number 19 for me is Thor 1.
Really?
No surprise there. I really feel like Thor 1 is also in that same little boat with its brother, Dark World, where it's like things are happening, but they're not really that exciting. And even though I really think I love the story, but there's just like, why isn't it clicking? The shits aren't clicking for me. And shit, I have that ranked as a 5.5 out of 10. So it's a half a bitch better than the other shit.
I actually have Iron Man 3 ranked as...
Ooh, bitch! Oh, what?
Yes. Yeah.
What's your ranking on Iron Man 3?
I have it at 19th. I mean, if I'm going to get Iron Man...
what's your... The
out of
10?
Sorry, 1 out of 10. It's like a 5.5 to me.
Wow, you bitch.
I mean...
I really like Iron Man 3.
Really?
Yes, I do.
I don't know. Like, it had me, like, so pumped. But, I don't know, man. The Mandarin... He was such a letdown.
That's fair.
The villain was such a letdown.
I love what they were trying to do with that, but I didn't like the whole... It's not the... To me, it wasn't so much the Mandarin twist that I didn't like, as much as I didn't like the whole... what was the extremist virus bad guy?
Extremist. AIM.
There's something that didn't click with me. Like, usually when you see a good superhero villain, like, they have to, like... There's some good reason why they like on a power level how they clash or like to me it's just like what was fire zombie men going against power suit man.
I mean, I guess you could.
Well, they're not zombies, but
they're not zombies. But I guess you could say that as it was. I mean, I'll give Iron Man 3 at least this is that you definitely like see. Like, the aftermath, like, Tony, like, definitely, like, went through something almost dying. I love the so I like
post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, I do like the PTSD angle. I like it, because it's like, you know, man went through a life-changing experience over here, but he doesn't know how to handle it, and then now it's becoming an obsession, and then something from the past comes back.
I just loved... But
it does show you like Tony Stark's overall like evolution as a man though. So,
but 19 for you, all right. Well, moving along, number 18 for me is Avengers: Age of Ultron.
What? You?
Yes, I'm not the biggest lover of Age of Ultron.
Really?
I have it as 6 out of 10.
I need to hear. I need to hear your explanation.
So. Age of Ultron is one of those movies that have, of the MCU, that have aged the worst for me.
Really?
Yeah, like every time I watch it, the more I... Wait, you want me to close the door?
No, the switch.
Oh, shit. All right. Sorry. That had nothing to do with the MCU.
That's what I was pointing at.
Yes. So, there was a lot of things about Age of Ultron I didn't like. I hated... Like, I don't really use the word hate in the MCU, but I really hate the Hulk and Black Widow love thing there. It feels so badly forced.
Really?
Hate it. I cringe so much. I have to fast forward through it because it just feels wrong. Like whatever they're talking about, it feels like like Anakin Skywalker and Padme from the prequels, like them trying to get together. Just like, stop trying.
It's not that bad.
It was bad for me. I don't like sand.
It wasn't that bad.
It was that bad. To me, it's that bad. And that's a shame because they're wonderful actors, amazing characters, but fuck. And I mean, I just feel like I like what James Spader did with Ultron, like his acting, but I feel like I didn't like what the director of the movie did with him. He's like, he just ends up becoming too generic, like of a bad guy where I have an evil plan. His plan of like, oh, let me lift a city and then fly down.
What? That wasn't cool to you?
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't cool. It was like. It seems like it doesn't, that seems like a stupid grand plan. Or not an interesting grand plan, rather. I also, why was he wanted to make Vision for him? To be like, he wanted a buddy?
No.
A bad guy buddy. He wanted a double trouble robot
No, he should have told, he's trying to get Vision to join him on his side.
Why wasn't he enough?
Because he had the freaking Soul Stone.
It's lame. There's something about that I didn't like. I didn't like what he did with like Thor. Again, was like not being an interesting character in that movie. Like I didn't like when he like they're at the farm and he says, "Oh, I'm gonna go away now. My planet needs me." Flies away and then go like isn't this like exposition pool? Like basically he's in the pool and like okay, we gotta talk about the Infinity Stones now.
But he's trying to figure it out though.
I didn't like how if you're gonna do exposition in the movie, you gotta do it right.
And that was a higher plane.
It was bad.
Oh, all right.
Terrible misuse of Eric Selvig.
No.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Eric Selvig's a minor character, but all right, go on.
Probably my favorite character in MCU. No, just kidding.
Makes sense.
Yeah, the whole movie as a whole. Like, I hate that, like when they're going after Ultron on that cool scene where they're like chasing after him on the turnpike, on the New Jersey Turnpike, or wherever they were. Like, it felt like it was Cap, Hawkeye, and Black Widow. I was like, where the rest of the crew? Where are they at? I mean, I know the other two were working on the shit, and then Thor was doing his own shit, but. Like, all right, Cap, you got this. You fight the genocidal robot that I created. I don't know.
Genocide.
There's a lot of things. Though, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things though I really love about Age of Ultron. I love my favorite scene was when they're trying to pick up the Thor hammer in that party.
Yeah.
I love that. There's such great character interaction there.
Yeah, come on.
I loved it. I loved Ultron's first appearance, where he's like, what do you say? You never want things to. You want to save people. You don't ever want things to change. He said something like that. It's like in a creepy way where his mouth wasn't moving.
He's all like, I'm a broken up robot.
Yeah. I love that. I love how creepy he was there. They should have kept him creepy, but I like that creepy shit.
Yeah. No, that's
I did like that. I think it was like Hawkeye was used more than he's ever been in that movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I really enjoyed seeing
him. But also,
him.
Come on, freaking Hulk versus Iron Man.
That was also a
Veronica suit.
That was great.
Come on.
That's why it gets a 6 because of those. The rest of it wasn't. Yeah, there was a lot that I like. I can't low-key really like how not Loki, but low-key like how was that Andy Serkis's character, the guy without the arm. Gets cut off.
Wait, who got?
Damn, I forgot his villain name, but whatever. He shows up. I like that's where he's introduced. There, he's like trying to get vibranium.
Oh, the dude. Yeah. Claw.
Yeah, Claw's there.
Yeah.
He's there. And then he shows up in Black Panther later. That's
kind of like when I was like, oh, Claw. I'm like, oh, they got Claw. I'm like, well, maybe we'll see a little.
And he did.
Black.
It's really good. I thought that was a great like little
3 fucking years, but all right.
A little villain origin story, super small there. I love that. But yeah, there's a lot of things to like about that I love about Age of Ultron, but at the end, I also didn't like the ending battle, where they're fighting all the mini robots.
What? That's the whole thing of the Ultron saga. He has a whole army of fucking killer robots, bro.
No, I love that. I love that part. The concept of that is great, but I don't like.
You didn't like the execution?
The execution. It just felt like too. It wasn't lovely. It wasn't delicious to me. But let's move on. Yours. I gave that a 6 out of 10. What's your 18?
My 18 is actually Iron Man 2.
Fair. That's a 6 out of 10 for you.
More like a 5.7.
Ooh, bitch.
Like I don't know. The whole story of him dying in and of itself is cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The villain. What was his name? Whatever.
I want my butt.
Yeah. I don't know. He was not...
Whiplash.
Yeah, Whiplash. He was very, he was not a, inspiring villain for me.
I think it was a good performance, but like the whole... Like, if you're going to take a villain like that, where he was he had a whip, that was his bad guy power... And you gotta do something super badass.
Or
they kind of didn't.
Or at least give him a cooler suit.
Yeah, make him do something.
Give him a cooler suit, something like a suit, just costume.
Yeah.
The ending battle was so anticlimactic to me.
Yeah.
But it does show those first splinters you see in the division between the Avengers and the U.S. government.
Yeah.
You start to see it fracture ever so slightly, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. Not a lot, but enough there, this could become a bigger issue, going forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, Iron Man 2, 5.7.
Woo! Just under the shade under 6. For me, we're moving on.
I'll tell you right now, up until probably 15 for me is 6 and lower. So
okay,
we're
moving on up.
We'll see.
Moving on up. All right, so
what do you have for number 17? Moving along.
Moving on up. 17 on my list is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Really?
I gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Might I ask why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still 6.5 is good. It's not great, but good. I guess I should talk about why it's low, right? That's why I like it. All right, let's.
I didn't know why you have it ranked so low.
I don't, for some reason, because every time I watch it, I'm still I'm liking it, but I'm not. Every time I watch it, I'm not loving it. There's a lot of things about it that feel like it lacks emotion. It lacks. It lacks. I hate to say this word, but it lacks stakes. It lacks high stakes.
Lacks high stakes.
And it sucks. I hate saying that because I know a lot of these movies in the MCU is not all of them are just have the highest stakes, but it really feels less stakey. The steak isn't very juicy in this one. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I love about it. I love the villain is amazing. I think Michael Keaton as the Vulture is amazing. Mm. I love Tom Holland's great. I love what they're trying to go for with that the high school comedy thing. I really like that. I definitely like seeing Tony Stark being a part of that. That's great. But the whole thing, just for some reason, it just doesn't really connect with me. It feels like it doesn't. There's as much as there's a bunch of scenes that I like, but no scene that I love. The only scene I'm closest to loving was that scene when they're in the car and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you if you mess with my job." I like that part. I love that part a lot. But a lot of the action in it was not lovely. It wasn't lovely enough. Comparing that with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, where I really love those action scenes. I didn't really like the Spider-Man action. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was funny. I mean, one of the funniest scenes was he temporarily holds the that ship that's cut in half, and it's just, yeah, Spider-Man, and then it breaks apart. And then Iron Man actually helps, and that same guy after Iron Man helps, yeah, Iron Man. Yeah, that's really good.
That was great.
Yeah, there was a lot of good scenes in there, but for some reason it lacks a certain emotional pull to it. So some depth. Things I definitely don't like. I hate the theme song in it. It makes it feel lazy, and it feels like like they're trying to make it a blend of other themes I've heard in my life, but it's just lazy bad themes. I can't. It's bad. Never have you heard me will ever say a theme was a negative point, but in that movie I felt like the theme was a negative point.
It's interesting. It's an interesting way to come at it.
But it's just a close to average, but good movie, saved by a lot of great villain work.
All right, we're on 17, correct?
Yes, we are on 17.
I have the first Thor movie at number 17.
Okay, finally getting there. Welcome to my world.
I mean, for reasons that we've already previously mentioned, it's just...
is that your John Collins?
No, it's my friend. Oh, shit.
Could she...
No, it's fine.
All right. That's not his John, ladies and gentlemen, but his friend who is female. Which doesn't make it a girlfriend, but a friend girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, what do you feel like you have anything more to add to Thor that I wasn't already mentioned?
Only mean, it's an origin story. And I think sometimes we gotta...
For Phase 1 origin story.
Yeah, I think I think sometimes we do suffer from recency bias in these cases with MCU movies.
Yep.
And we forget the fact that, while, these movies did lay the foundation for what's happened thus far, but, the first Thor to me, the story was just, a little too cheesy for me.
Oh, you thought the story was cheesy?
Yeah,
one of the things I liked about one.
I'm sorry, not cheesy, but with the cliches. It's very cliche, he disobeys his dad. Oh, took your powers away. Now you gotta be a regular dude. You gotta try and figure it out.
Prove yourself.
Yeah, you gotta re-prove yourself. Which is I mean, it's weird because he hasn't he's gotta do it again in Ragnarok. It's how many times has Thor gotta re-prove himself?
That's all. That's life, though. Don't you think you always?
No, just come on, man.
But even on that level, it's fine if you do that as long as the movie's good. One of the things I really didn't like about that movie, I'm sorry to go overtime with this, because I felt like we already butchered this movie, was that I hated that scene where he finally, he's in that small town, and he's, that destroyer thing is in town, and it's he gets kissed by Natalie Portman's character, so it's important after all this time was love. And then when he discovers love, that's when he beats that thing. But then when he beats that fucking destroyer thing, it's the lamest fucking way. He turns into a tornado, and then hits it once with his hammer, and it dies or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
that was really that was a low.
In the comics, the destroyer's you gotta do a lot. Gives Thor a hard way to go.
You don't turn into a tornado. I thought that was such a lame action scene. You deprived us of a great action moment, and you didn't do it.
But that's how it is.
That's how life goes, right? It's a series of disappointments.
But I just felt overall it's cliche story, cliche ending. But I get it now in the grand scheme. I'm just all right, we gotta move this origin story along so we can get to the first Avengers.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Sorry, Thor. Number 16 on my list is Iron Man 2. And I give that a 6.9 out of 10.
What?
Yep.
6.9?
Yep.
It's a 6.5 at best.
Well, to me, I feel like I would be on the same page with you if I haven't watched it a couple times recently.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's one of those movies to me.
Recency bias.
I feel because I recently watched a Spider-Man Homecoming, and look where it's at. And same thing with Thor and Dark World. It's one of those movies that have, I feel, aged really well. Aged better than it did previously. When people first watched it, it's it's kind of low-key trash. But after seeing this movie with a universe supporting it, it's actually really good. There's a lot of parts where it's Iron Man's Robert Downey Jr. doing great work in it. Love his work in connection with Pepper's sexy parts.
Okay.
No, I don't know, whatever. I just I really loved a lot of those scenes. I loved the scene where he's in front of Congress. Basically flip him the bird. It was a great fucking scene. That's I
is that a dream
personally
of yours?
Privatized world peace, and it's I love that. That was a great scene.
Is that your dream to flip off the US Congress?
Justin Hammer in it by Sam Rockwell he's such a great character. They need to bring him back. I'm surprised. He's such a good character in that whole freaking movie.
Yeah.
Remember the scene where he's not only on the courtroom scene, but also it's he's talking about a few weapons to trade.
Yeah, right.
It's such a great scene. You're oh, I get it. Not your style. Okay, I got you. And then he goes through this list of weapons. He's really good. Every interaction he has with Whiplash's character, he is so good. He's funny. He's interesting. He's kind
of douchey.
Such a douche. He's a great douche. That was one of the things that stuck out to me. How much of a great character. He's not being used again. I loved his character. And you in this movie with the rest of the MCU, you really more I would say you really more admire or are more grateful for all those exposition scenes that they have with Nick Fury and when he's and the Howard Stark video.
Yeah.
You appreciate that stuff more. And that's why I was watching it. I was like listening to but like if you listen to that for the first time, you're like, I don't give a shit. But then you listen to it after a whole universe has been built with this movie. It really fills in gaps and makes it feel a lot better. And I really like. Obviously that ending where the last Whiplash battle was kind of lame, very lame. But I did like the first one where he gets out the suitcase suit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was cool.
That was actually pretty cool.
And Tony, what are you doing?
Get in the car!
Are you crazy? Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there, and that's why I feel like that's a little unfair. I think it's an underrated movie. Everyone likes to just unzip their pants, take a dump on it, but I like it. I think it's improved over time. What is number 16 for you?
Captain America: The First Avenger.
Okay, explain why it's at that spot. What's your ranking?
Well, it's a 6 out of 10 for me.
Okay,
6 out of 10 for me. Reasons to buy it's because I have watched that pretty recent.
Does that mean you thought less of it before and now the 6
No,
out of 10
I
is a
still
higher ranking?
I still feel the same way about it as I previously did.
Okay.
Good movie. I like the historical context which they threw in there. It's just and obviously like all these are like explained later, but I need to know like who grabbed the Tesseract. Like when did they find it?
So you have issues with the whole like the logics of it.
Yeah.
Logistics.
Logistically speaking, like come on, like come on, somebody can find that Tesseract. Like can we explore like that part a little bit? You know?
I mean, what did he say? Something about like it was in Odin's treasure room. They said like Odin put it there.
Yeah,
some shit.
Odin like hid it on Earth.
Yeah, on Midgard.
Midgard. Also, the Red Skull. I thought
he wasn't as delicious as you could have.
I mean,
and he's the Red Skull. He's the motherfucker.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that movie like in particular like I want to know more so like the aftermath of like the war. Like you don't really they don't like explore it. You don't really explore it. Like they touch on it like somewhat in Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That's why you see like more of like what happens like after that.
You want to see more of the aftermath of war.
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain America. Overall, though, good origin story.
Yeah, it's good.
Very good. I mean, it's weird when you realize like Captain America's like actually 100 years old, but all right, we see you, Bill.
Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I'm with there. I see you.
I see you. But yeah, good origin movie, but just
not your.
I want more. I want more.
I think that's a. I
want more of it.
I think that's a common take with a lot of people about that movie.
I want more of it. I want to know, like, what happens to Hydra after all this? Like,
don't you see what happens to Hydra? Age of Ultron.
Yeah, Age of Ultron, freaking Winter Soldier.
All right, whatever. Number 15 on this wonderful list for me.
Yeah.
Is Captain Marvel. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Really?
Yep.
Who do I have? Wow.
Don't tell me where you have it yet.
I'm not telling you where I have it. I'm surprised where you have it at. Where
that's fine. It's fair. Captain Marvel is a movie that I saw thrice in the theaters, so 3 times in the theaters, and it's a movie that gets better after subsequent viewing.
Okay.
So I would have to say that. I love the themes to the movie. I love girl power. Go get it, girl. I definitely do like that. I mean, I'm not tripping when I say that. I like the. I like the whole spoiler alert twist with the Skrulls actually not being the bad guys. It's I like the idea of that she already had these powers, but she's been gaslit by that Jude Law guy, Jan Rog, and it's about this
Jude Law guy.
Yeah, it's about finding the power, the strength that you already have. Beautiful, lovely. But there, for some reason, as much as I do like, there's so much to like about this movie. I feel like it's not executed at its best.
Okay.
And I feel like it's a movie had the tools to be like up there, like a top 5 movie, but the execution. I feel like the directors, they should have just dumped these directors, move on to another director, because I feel like they have no. It's not a
Captain Marvel.
Couple of dummies. No. A couple. It's a husband and wife team.
Okay.
But I didn't feel like I didn't really feel like they had a good enough vision for it.
Cohesive vision.
I mean,
Okay.
compare that duo with like a Russo Brothers duo. I mean, obviously, it's like nothing to me stuck out directorially of like a style that was interesting. And there's times in that movie I felt like this is feeling slow and it doesn't have to be feeling slow. Like that whole first act scene where they're at that scroll planet.
Yeah.
It felt like, why do I feel kind of bored here?
Really?
I felt that way, and I felt like that's a problem on the director's part. That's their fault. And I just feel like a lot of the. I feel like it just feels like it lacked a good sense of style to it that makes it to make it really stand out. But I did, the one thing I do definitely like is like I feel that Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers and Monica Rambeau, they were.
Huh?
They were a lesbian couple.
Well,
and I like that. It was like a little. I see what they're doing.
Apparently, Monica Rambeau is going to play a big part going forward.
Isn't it the daughter? What's the daughter's name? Maria Rambeau.
Yeah. Sorry.
I like that. I felt like I liked that. But anyway, the one part that I hated.
What's that?
Hated. That's the part that I hated.
What'd you hate?
Was when Nick Fury lost his eye. It was because of Goose the cat.
Oh,
it was such a dickhead. Like I like Goose, but when you scratch like Nick Fury's eye, you're really, how am I supposed to like you if you're a dick? Like that's a dickheaded move.
Ate the Tesseract.
I like those. I like that scene where he got the fuckers and fucked them up.
I'm gonna see Goose again.
I don't know. That's a good question. We'll have to wait till watch Endgame. Maybe he'll eat out.
I'm a cat.
The theory with Ant-Man going up Thanos' butt, but no one talks about what if Goose eats out Thanos' butt with those tentacles. No one is talking about it. Just saying. All right, what's your number? Captain Marvel, a good movie. Could have been great. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What is your
15?
number 15?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay. It's fair.
No, I think it's a strong. I give it a 6.5.
6.5?
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong movie, but I mean, the reason I really have it there is honestly like it's only, in my opinion, it's only real relevance to the separate like whole MCU saga.
So what elevates it is the ending. So take away the mid-credit scene, the mid-credit scene. Yeah. What's the score? A 4.10? A 1 out of 10?
A 5.6 maybe.
That's fucked up. So that one scene helped it up, boosted
because
up.
It's like the Hulk, man. Like it would probably be, you could probably go MCU side without ever having like Ant-Man Wasp.
Listen, are you done talking about? Because I'm
in all honesty,
Ant-Man's coming and the Wasp coming up, and I'm about to eat that.
I need them to explore
to get it
this time traveling thing and how is it relevant for like Ant-Man and like Doctor Strange? Like they can both travel in time.
Well, we'll find out.
Or
we'll find out in a few days. We'll find out.
I want to find out now.
Yeah, let's go. Well, you want to find out? There's actually the leak is online. You can just go watch that, ruin the movie for yourself.
No,
just wait. So anything else to add to Ant-Man and the Wasp? Anything you liked about it? Yeah. What you really hated about it?
No, I do like the introduction of like the Wasp and like she's gonna be an important character going forward. Fucking Michelle Pfeiffer still killing it.
She's looking good.
I know, still killing it.
She's 98 and still looking good.
Fucking brought her out of the quantum realm. Like, brought her back. So it's like, so with this quantum realm, like, it's just, it creates more questions.
So the quantum realm also, without the quantum realm and without the mid-credit scene, this is what, it's like a 2 out of 10?
I mean,
it's a trash movie. It's
not a trash movie.
It's garbage.
But it would just be an okay standalone superhero movie for me.
All right, fair enough. Moving on to number 14. Number 14 for moi is Iron Man 3. I have it at a 7.5.
Okay.
I think we kind of described why I felt like I liked it more than you. Yeah. I have a deeper love for it.
Yeah.
I like the arc that Tony Stark goes through a lot. I like that he goes from, he's not only dealing with the post-traumatic stress disorder, but also like he legit feels like he's nothing without the suit.
Yeah, that's true.
He goes through this whole the whole movie just like he's nothing without it, and he finally ends up losing like Jarvis, all of his suits, even the one suit he's had is all fucked up.
Yeah,
it's like
he's gotta bring himself back.
Yeah, and he also, I like that he's the post traumatic stress disorder is like he thinks he could fix everything with tools and shit, and that outer layer is obviously symbolic to like to motionless shit, and he finally has something that he can't really fix with tools. He's got some shit in his mental
That's
issues.
cool. I think one of my issues with Iron Man 3 is just the whole like
the Mandarin twist.
That, but also like
M. Night Shyamalan
also like the relationship with like him and a little kid like felt a little forced to me.
I liked it. I didn't feel forced. It would feel forced if they were suddenly doing something. I don't know. I'm not talking about that. But no, but I like their little connection there. I like that. You remember the one thing he talked.
It seemed cliched to me, but
some cliches aren't bad. Yeah, I like the scene. Wait, remember? Here's a good scene when he talks to the kid. The kid walks in there. He says, "The Iron Man suit is there. Tony Stark is there." He says, "Wow, is that Iron Man pointing to the suit and not him?" And then Tony Stark says, "Well, technically, I am Iron Man." It's like he doesn't even truly believe that he is Iron Man. And I love the scene.
Where little 10-year-olds.
I like the scene where he's helping the Air Force One people. He's trying to save them.
Yeah,
that was great.
Okay.
Love that scene. I love.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was a great scene.
That was actually a great scene. Actually,
well,
no, I remember.
No,
I remember like watching like that clip like in the trailer like right before the movie came out.
Good as shit.
It was like, oh, Charles, like how many people were falling? 13, sir. How many can we carry? It's a maximum of 4. I was like, how you gonna figure this one out? But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really good. I like the also when he's infiltrating that mansion that he's like he's doing it without a suit and he's just going in with Tony Stark knowledge, making all these little gadgets. I was really sick. I like that.
14 for me. Actually flip flopped.
Oh, that was a 7 out of 5. 7.5 out of 10. Go on.
14 for me was actually Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay.
I actually had it flipped. I had it. It only flipped 3 spots, but yeah.
What out of 10? What does you give it?
Spider-Man Homecoming? I give it a 7 out of 10 to be honest. I thought it was
good.
I thought it was good, but I liked it I liked it. Well, it was an origin story, but not an origin story because you'd already seen him in Civil War, so you felt like what to expect. But I enjoyed him going against Vulture because that's the only villain they've never actually explored in any of the Spider-Man movies.
The hardest one you would ever try to make for the movie
to
make it work.
So I like that, and I liked how it was sort of like continuing from like the first Avengers movie.
Yes, I do like that.
Like
although Sony fucked up with saying 8 years later when it should have been like 5 years later.
Yeah,
they really fucked up.
They kind of fucked up the timeline on that. Like, cause that annoyed me a little bit. But so what the fuck, Sony? But there is like a fan theory. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but in Iron Man 2, remember?
The little kid is actually Peter Parker.
Yeah, supposedly that little kid's like young Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I don't know how true it is, but it
It's
has
not
been
true,
mentioned.
but someone said it, like there was a popular fan fiction, and then like the MCU just kind of went along with it. It's
I
like,
mean, it would make sense though.
harmless.
In all honesty, it would make sense. But yeah,
it's fine.
I liked Spider-Man: Homecoming. Like good origin story. I thought the action scenes were pretty freaking cool.
You thought it was good?
Yeah, I thought the action were pretty dope. I liked Tom
Holland.
Yeah, I like Tom Holland. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. You know, I liked the kind of like new age twist they made, like Peter Parker and like all his friends. Yeah. It's like, oh, you know, it was like
wonderful diverse cast.
They went real diversity with it. Although I don't know, man. I don't know. Flash Thompson's got to be like. Sorry, he's got to be like a muscle-bound, arrogant white dude. That's the whole thing.
Arrogant white dude. Yeah, why did they make him, what is it?
Made him like Southeast Asian.
Middle Eastern? Or
no, he's Southeast Asian.
I think that's really... Actually, that's kind of racist on their part. Because now you're saying that I have to root against that whole race of people.
Oh, my God.
All right. Do you have anything else to add or... subtract about that?
No, I like that. I didn't realize because I actually saw that after I saw Infinity War. I didn't realize Tony Stark he'd already seen the new improved Spider-Man suit. I didn't know they actually invited him to become a fucking.
Yeah, I think that scene would have hit even harder if you when he gets his Iron Spider suit. It would have hit harder if you saw Homecoming first.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. So
moving along. Number 13.
13 for me. I've got Doctor Strange.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
So Doctor Strange is a movie which I feel is I have a 7.5 out of 10. Really good movie. It's a movie that I remember when it came it was coming out. I was not even that interested in seeing because I felt like it didn't look that good. I felt like. I was like, I'm kind of disappointed that they're not making Doctor Strange look even better than this. But then when first time I saw it, I was like, oh, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really good. I really like the whole thing about him being obsessive about trying to get his hands back. I feel like I really related to that.
Yeah.
The whole sequence where it's like, whatever it takes to get my life back I'll pay money for it. I related to that a lot.
Literally bankrupted himself.
I went through a bout of depression, and when I was around 2013, 14, like that, and that was me. I felt that where I was just like, whatever it takes, I'll pay money, make it go away, rather than just dealing with the problem that I had. So that's what I really related to that movie a lot. I really thought that it was very lovely. No, it was also surprisingly funny.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the great scenes in that movie was
the effects.
That battle.
The visuals in Doctor Strange can't
gorgeous.
Be
yeah.
huge.
When they're fighting with everything's going rewinding time.
Yeah.
Everything around them is going rewinding time, but they're fighting in regular time. That was sick. The whole the Mamamoo scene was amazing. Come to Mario. That was a great way to fight.
Annoy the shit out of you.
Yeah, all right, why?
But I like that though. Very your great utilization of your powers.
Yeah, I liked it. But the things I didn't like about it is I wish that it somehow irks me that it's it all is within a year of that movie's actually from what I heard it's within a period of 8 months that movie takes place, all in 2016. I wish it was more of a movie that took place over a longer period of time to really become the master of the mystic arts. That is he really had a long time with his powers. I wish I wish there was some sort of connecting with even if it was a small in the background shit with other past Marvel movies. You don't even see. I don't think you really see the Avengers Tower in that movie either. You don't. So it's there's nothing. It really feels super standalone except for that mid credit scene.
So it's how even the mid credit scene doesn't really get a hit, but you don't know.
We'll get a little something.
What's coming?
Yeah. But I thought it was a good movie. Mads Mikkelsen was
I like Batman. I like Batman.
He was surprisingly funny. Remember that scene where he says, Mr. Doctor,
Mr. Doctor, Mister.
Yeah, Doctor Mister. It's strange. Well, perhaps, but it's not like that. Perhaps it is.
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, so it's funny. Yeah, there's a lot to really like about it. I like the it's like kind of like an ER drama that's in the beginning of the movie too. Really cool. Wish I actually did some more of that stuff. Cool, that would have been really cool too. But I think that it's a good movie. I wish I had some more connections with the MCU. There's I don't know. There's some things that I wish I had more of.
Yeah.
Because for it's a weird movie where I like it every time I watch it, but it's not one of the movies where I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see it again. Like, oh, I gotta see it. It's one I could do without until I see it. Oh, I do like this movie, but I don't need to see it again. What's your number 13?
Well, my number 13, it might as well, it's basically the same movie, actually. 12 and 13, both Guardian movies.
What? You just squished them together?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, 12 and 13.
Yeah, 12 and 13.
So which one is higher than the other?
It's both Guardians of the Galaxy's on the bottom, 2, and then First Guardians is number 12.
Okay, so 1, 2.
Yeah, 1, 2. I do like the Guardians movies. You know.
So it's like more higher mid-tier.
Yeah. It's definitely, like, they're both like 7 out of 10 for me. And I do, at least with part 2, I do like the fact, like, oh, didn't realize, like, a Celestial was, like, actually, like, your father. Like,
oh, look at that.
Well, all right. But, and I don't know, I wish they would have, like, explored Star-Lord's, like, other powers. I didn't know. He's, like, half Celestial. He's got to have, like, some crazy powers, right?
From my understanding, the way they kind of, in the first one, they tried to really make it seem like, they tried to downplay his celestial powers. And they only played it up once they needed a reason to say why he was able to hold that Infinity Stone.
Yeah. I do like the fact that we, like, see more glimpses of Thanos early on in those movies.
I like that. Like, you get to see more.
Because he's eventually, like, in the background.
In the shit, yeah.
Yeah, in the background. But I never real about Gamora. Like, oh, all right, like, not explain, rather, but it explores, like, that relationship. Like, what Thanos, like, wants. Like, who, like, he the person says that, like, Guardians lets you know that he's actually the dude controlling everything.
He's the guy. He's the bad boy.
He's controlling everything and everyone, but no one really realizes it, and he's just manipulating everything. Yeah. To the point where
That's nice that if I get a little supporting role in there. Is there anything that you feel puts one over the top of the other, or are they so super razor thin close that it's more of
they're very close to me.
A coin flip?
Okay. No, that's very close to me. Okay. I mean, they could flip-flop spots. Wouldn't really matter.
Oh, wow.
They're both...
Definitely volume 1 and 2, then.
Yeah, they're both solid movies.
Okay. Since you already said you're 12, I'll go to 12, and then after that go to 11. My 12 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. I've got a 7.7 out of 10.
7.
I really like that movie. Every time I watch Ant-Man and the Wasp, I have a big, stupid grin on my face. Like, I'm just smiling throughout the whole movie. It's funny. It's just a very funny movie. I feel like it's a movie, I'll say it's not a good superhero movie, but it's a very good sci-fi comedy.
It's like a buddy comedy.
Yeah. It's more of a sci-fi comedy rather than a... Once you take out of your mind that it's a superhero movie, I think you'll enjoy it more as just a sci-fi comedy. And just like, Paul Rudd is fucking hilarious. The one thing I liked about this movie more than the first Ant-Man movie, I felt like in the first Ant movie, I felt like Paul Rudd was a little leashed up. Like he didn't go full on Rudd. In this movie, I feel like
full on
unleash the Rudd. He was a lot more Paul Ruddy, and he was a lot more funnier. I thought it was a funnier movie than the first Ant-Man, and that dynamic between him and Michael Douglas and Evangeline Lilly and that little van fun. It was very funny.
It's very hilarious heist movie.
Yeah, such a good comedy. God, he's so funny. Also the what's the guy the Mexican guy's name? Fuck,
I forget, but I know who you're talking about.
Fucking hilarious, dude.
No, he's always great.
He's so good. I love. He's
always great. They should let him do a recap of the whole MCU
of course. He's so good. I feel like there's the movie lacks in story. It's kind of it becomes more of a just we have to get the thing. Oh, the thing is missing. We got to go after the thing.
Yeah.
It's a MacGuffin movie. Sorry, that's the term I was looking for. It's a MacGuffin. Not a very good.
I wish they would have explored what happens to what's her face, the villain. Was it Shadow?
Oh no, Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah. I kind of want to know what happens to her after the movie. They don't even address that.
No, they don't. I like the introduction of her. I think she's really good. I like that they made fun of some tropes the whole telling the bad guy telling the plot while they're tied up. It's I'm telling, and then ring, just pick up the phone. I like that, even though they weren't such bad guys. I felt
more tragic.
Yeah, more tragic. I liked Ghost as a good introduction. Hopefully we see more Ghost because I did like her.
Yeah.
And also even the bad guy that everyone says sucks. The guy's I want to get paid for this Hank Pym's miniature.
That dude's just so annoying.
I think it was funny because what I liked about him was that he thinks he's so slick.
He thought he was running shit.
Yeah, he thought he was slick, but then he always got had. That's what I liked about it. I like villains are like that. They don't have to be the best villain, but if you just think that you're all that and then you're not all that, we keep showing you why you're not all that. I like that shit. It's a funny movie to me.
It is funny.
That's how, I remember that scene where he's running through the hallways hey, where's your hall pass? Hey, it just doesn't
It's he's a little kid. Yeah, I remember.
It's fucking hilarious. It's a hilarious movie. I love every time I watch it. I fucking love it. So yeah, it's high. It's the reason what makes it it would be higher on the list if the story was better.
Yeah.
And if the I guess if there was more, another thing that I wish they had more was just more of emotional connection with Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah.
The fact that we see her in the beginning, but then only see her once she's out of the quantum realm. I wish they showed, how is she in the quantum realm? Just give a little glimpse of her inside the quantum realm.
She's trapped. What do you mean how she is in the quantum realm?
How is she What's going on down there? Just show us a little bit of something.
What do you mean? She's trapped.
Show us. We have a video camera, right? There's a movie. We can make things up.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know. Because the whole, when you end up, when Janet and Hope end up meeting each other for the first time, that should have been a really good, an emotional scene. But to me, I was like, oh, that's nice. I didn't really hit. And it should have hit me more. And so that was 12. I really do like Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think it's a damn good mid-tier Marvel movie. Number 11 for me is Captain America, the First Avenger. I give it an 8.0 out of 10. I really like it. I think that it could easily be a way higher. I feel like the thing about, I think you mentioned a lot of the negatives to it, but addressing the positives for me, I feel like the first half is top tier Marvel, the best of the shit, really good shit. The first half of that movie is so good, all the way up to the point where let's hear it for Captain America. All the way up to there is 10 out of 10 movie. Yeah. It's you got a good fucking movie here.
Busting out his homies.
I really love that. The whole movie up to that point was just it's just great, fucking great. When he's you get a great idea of his character. He's he really wants to lay down his life for this. He's such a hero with he's a little scrawny bitch, but he's a hero about that. The scene where he hops on the grenade.
Yeah, no,
that shit always chokes me up. Fucking God, yes.
Right.
I love that scene. I love the scene where he's chasing the Nazi after he shoots the scientists.
Yeah.
He's chasing after the super soldier serum. I love that he defies the general. He goes into battle because he has to do it. I love that. I love the whole Star Spangled. That's a great way of how do you make Captain America a great character that had to make sense. Like, he's a propaganda character.
Oh, man.
Like, well, yeah, he was used for propaganda.
You're making me rethink my ranking.
Yeah, he was really good. Yeah. And Tommy Lee Jones,
I love Tommy Lee Jones.
Great in that movie. Remember the scene, the interrogation scene? It was like where he says he got the steak and the mashed potatoes. That whole scene where he's like,
no, my favorite.
It's poison. You poisoned it. No, just steak, just cow, and just eats it.
No, my favorite part when he gets like a phone call. And then, like, Asian Carl looks over. He's like, if you have anything to say, I suggest you keep it to yourself right now.
Yes.
I was like, yes.
And she's, like, I think she's the best Marvel love interest to me. And she was, because of all the, I would say so. Absolutely. My opinion matters the most. But she, I think of all the, and she was only really that main character in that one Captain America movie.
I think I am apt to agree with you on that.
Yeah, she was. I think she was like, even though they never really, got going on.
It's between her or Pepper Potts.
Yeah, definitely the OGs. They're the best love interests in the whole universe. There, I love her character. She's fucking a great tough broad. Yeah, wonderful.
I do like the Agent Carter. She is great.
Yeah, so I love Agent Carter. And like I said, the first half is just fucking of a movie, but then the second half, I feel like it loses a lot of that steam. Yeah, like the montage of him over a period of 2 years fighting Nazis feels like, he's just. There's nothing there in that montage showing me that it's Captain America. It's like kicking ass. He's just like he's leading, he's shooting things. What didn't really show is how awesome of a power he has. I guess he was showing his powers to lead. I don't know.
His powers to lead.
I don't know. And the action sequences after that in that second half were also lesser than.
I mean, I like the train fight. That was cool.
Also, that's a good. I'm glad you brought that up. When Bucky died, I felt nothing.
Yeah.
I should have felt some shit when he died. I felt nothing when he died. It
was like, damn, that's your homie.
That's your homie. I'm like, oh, ginger snaps. No, I should have been like, oh, Bucky. Yeah, I should have been sad. Shit, I wasn't. And I don't know that. Although that scene when he's flying the shit, and he says, they're talking. Yeah, to my best girl, talking about their upcoming date. That scene got me a little fucked up. Yeah, but other than that, like the whole.
You need a hug. Come on.
Oh my god. Oh! No, okay. That was a great scene.
It's okay.
But like I said, the movie kind of loses a lot of steam there.
I actually have, for my number, we're at 10 or 11. We're at 11? We're at 11, correct?
Yep.
I have Ant-Man, actually, at number 11 for me.
Oh. Okay.
First Ant-Man. I like it's the most hilarious hero origin movie I've ever seen. And
side of the Mississippi.
You said it's not enough Paul Rudd. I said it's just the amount.
Right
amount of Paul Rudd. Also, I just like the story itself. Man coming home from jail, trying to turn his life around, but it's like about to go back to the bullshit he was doing, and then finds a purpose.
There you go. Does that mean that the Ant-Man and the Wasp had too much Paul Rudd?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it was enough.
He was too ruddy.
No, it just wasn't
too much Rudd.
Wasn't enough Paul Rudd. Yes, me.
Okay,
but I understand why it's a sequel, and now you have a sidekick, so you gotta share screen time.
Like I said, I feel like he was more Paul Rudd in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's Paul Ruddy Rudd. He's the man.
Ruddy Rudd. I'm gonna just say number 10 is Ant-Man also.
Okay.
Number 8.
Respect.
Mine is an 8 out of 10 for me. Okay. I really enjoy that movie.
I know. Ant-Man's first one's definitely 7.6. 7.8.
I really like it a lot.
Solid origin story.
It's a movie that again, this makes me happy. I love the scene where he's there's a lot of funny scenes in it, like where he's in Baskin Robbins. Can you give me something hot and fresh? Like, dude, we're Baskin Robbins.
Yeah. Also, I do kind of like the fact that he does not get giant in the first Iron Man. I mean, not
Iron Man.
Ant-Man.
No, yeah.
First Ant-Man.
Well, we gotta focus on him being.
Yeah, he doesn't get real giant yet in the first Ant-Man. Like they really save it for
Something else.
The future. That's the one knock is like they did not show him getting large in charge in the first Ant-Man. That's maybe my one minor like knock on it. But also I get it. Like it is like an origin movie, so like he probably doesn't even like know how to do that.
Focus on the.
He's trying to focus on other shit. Number 10 for me.
Hold on, I just want to talk a little bit more about Ant-Man.
Okay. All right.
My bad.
All right.
Ant-Man has a great, solid heist movie.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that. There's no real true heist movies in this MCU.
It's true, yeah.
This was a true blue heist movie. With the whole thing is we gotta get...
Also the supporting cast
shit.
as well.
Of course.
Like, they're all hilarious.
They're all great.
It's like T.I., the other dude.
T.I., we got into this creepy crib, and he's like, I let you get in here. I was like, well, one could say, I let you get in here.
It's got some zingers.
It's great.
It's definitely got some zingers.
Damn. I mean, also the Ant-Man of the Wasp, Bobby Yaga. That was good. But Ant-Man, I love that. I feel like in that movie, I felt like there was that... I really felt a good emotional connection with him and his daughter, Cassie.
Absolutely.
Because that scene where he goes into the quantum realm to save Cassie by killing off. I don't know if he killed him or not. Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
That part gets me a little choked up too because he's like sacrificed himself
to
save his daughter's life.
Cops to get off his ass then, man. Jeez.
It was really good. Fucking good. That's a damn good movie, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Ant-Man. What is your number 10?
Black Panther.
Oh, at the 10th part. As a black man, do you feel like that's too low?
I feel like it's just right. It's an origin movie.
Yeah.
Like Homecoming, I do sort of appreciate the fact that like it's an origin movie, but it's not an origin movie because we just previously saw Black Panther was in Civil War.
Yeah. It takes place a week after Civil War.
Yeah, so I feel like it's more of a continuation of like that origin, which I like, and then you introduce Killmonger, who I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, just like how the ending really sets up for Infinity War.
That's all you like about it? What about the movie?
Also the fight scenes are great in my opinion.
Yeah.
Evolution of his suit's so fucking cool. I didn't realize. I thought it was just him, like, with the suit. I didn't realize he actually has, like, superhuman, like, agility and shit, like, outside of, like, his Black Panther suit. I thought that was pretty dope.
Well, in Civil War, he was kicking ass, and also because he had that heart-shaped herb shit. He was jumping high and shit without the suit.
Yeah. So that was pretty dope. Let's see. What else? Just, like, overall, like, visually, like, it's a cool movie.
Yeah.
Like, I really felt like... They really, like, got Wakanda down. Like, what Wakanda's, like, supposed to look like.
And made it look like a livable city. Like,
yeah.
This is like
a
real city.
Basically how Wakanda, like, it looks in the fucking comics.
Yeah.
They took it in the fucking comics, put it on the screen, which was fucking
made it
awesome.
look like a delicious city to visit. Let's go on vacation.
Fucking awesome.
Go in there.
It just what, like, how big of a part, like, Wakanda plays, like, in the bigger picture.
What's your ranking on it?
For what you mean in my list?
8 out of 10. No, you have a 10th overall, but what's your 8 out of 10?
Oh yeah, no, I give Black Panther definitely 8 out of 10.
All right, sick. Number 9 for me is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Okay.
I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
There was a lot of things that I really enjoy about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I like the whole. I also really just enjoy that theme of like it's of what it means to have a family. It's not always necessarily your like blood family that's your real family, but your your friends who are your real family, the people who really support you, who really care for you. That's what fucking matters. I love that shit. You fucking go get him, Quill. I love that. I like that Ego was that was a great villain. He's literally the embodiment of male egotism. Like, I had to kill her because
couldn't have her tell her people about me. Like, the fuck?
He's like the egotistical fucking shit. I love that. It was there's just I felt like also the movie gave us all, and I'm a big fan of Rocket. He has a huge arc in this movie where he really embraces the family of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I love what he goes through in this movie. I like the introduction of Mantis. She's a fucking great character. Baby Groot is just adorable and lovely. Very funny. I love that the Cheers reference in the movie. Right? It says, "I know this is just a back and forth. Will they? Won't they?" Like in Cheers, it's like, I don't know what Cheers is. That's great. And of course, the Yondu funeral scene is like a fucking top moment in the MCU. It's like that.
Well, I love all his like popular references that like no one else gets.
Yeah,
but like his frame of reference is from like the 1980s, though.
Yeah, like he pulls out like a picture that's like meaningful to him is a picture of David Hasselhoff. It's like a magazine cutout of David Hasselhoff, because that's who he would say is his dad. That's so sad. Yeah. But yeah, it was it's a damn good movie. It's a very emotional movie. It feels weird because it feels like the movie starts out was like, okay, we're just kind of the fucking beginning of the movie is a fucking great scene where it's just like you think okay, we're gonna show them fight that monster, but instead they're showing Baby Groot dancing and the action's happening behind him. Yeah. But it's, you think the movie's going to start out with, okay, that's just a sideway, but that whole thing completely launches the movie into where it goes. Okay. It has some of the sickest needle drops in the whole fucking MCU. It's like when that Fleetwood Mac's the chain drops when he realizes what's important to him, that his surrogate family is the most important thing. It's like that he goes after ego, and if you don't love me now, then you never love. That was a great scene. Oh, yeah, just good shit. Yeah, high shit on my shit. So what is your number 9?
Oh,
now we're in the top 10.
You're gonna hate me for this. Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Oh wow! I'm not gonna hate you for this. I knew it was missing on your list up until now. So do explain why this close to trash movie was. Wow! No, I don't think it's trash, but why do you think it's what do you rate it, and what do you think about it? Why is it a number 9 for you?
8.2 out of 10.
All right, that's 8.
Just it's the second Avengers movie.
Yep.
They've really like had some time together now as like they're an actual team now, not just like a group of like people like random origins. Like they're a whole team now. They've been operating as a whole team now, so like they know one another by now. I do like the fact that what's her name? Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
Scarlet Witch is like mind controlling, and just like you can see inside somebody's brain and like what he like thinks about, and like more so like foreshadowing like what he thinks like is going to come. You see like just like his desperate efforts like to like not so much like turn back time, but like stop bad things from happening when he thinks what he's doing is being the best.
But he's not.
He's not. But he thinks he's doing what he thinks is best. But in the end, like it comes back to bite him. But he does learn a lesson in humility.
Yeah.
From all that, I believe, in my belief in that character, and really, it obviously like sets up making more so of a disagreement when it comes to superpowered beings and world governments around the world.
Yeah.
Like you can't of course
you can't control everything, Tony.
Yeah, you can't control the Avengers. Like they're obviously like they are individuals at the end of the day. But they're also superheroes. They're also powerful superheroes. But you can't. That's not something you should be trying to regulate.
Yeah, I feel like I do like it. Again, it's a movie that talks about.
And I definitely feel like with that, like it was definitely that movie definitely like accentuated like really the pros and cons of the Avengers existing.
Yep, I would say so. I would say another movie coming up would do that, but we'll continue. Let me get my glasses out and see. Number 8 on my list is Iron Man 1. And I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Really?
Yep.
That's
high.
Well, I thought it was further. I thought it would be higher up your list.
8 is fucking high to me.
Oh.
Once you're inside that top 10, you're good. Yeah, I mean, what's not to love about Iron Man 1? Just that's a fucking great origin story, right? And it's not. And you really realize with Iron Man, it's not a whole lot of action in that movie. It's like almost most of it is actionless.
True.
It's like you have what, like 2 real action scenes. It's
There's a couple.
It's a couple. But what makes the movie great is it's a great origin story. It's fascinating to see how he gets his how of the origin of getting that suit and the journey going from being this dickhead that doesn't care, who couldn't care less about where his weapons of mass destruction are getting sold to, and to like he has to make everything right now. It's a great fucking performance by Robert Downey Jr.
He's always excellent.
He's so fucking good. But this movie especially is so fucking good. He's so fucking good in it. And my favorite scene in that movie is when he gets so pissed off about knowing about who has his weapons that he flies halfway around the country on a whim. On a fucking whim. And then goes into that village and he takes out these terrorists. And I felt like that felt so timely to me. It's like, yeah, I love what I love in superhero movies is when they go against a villain or villains that are realistic. Like that's a realistic threat. Wouldn't it be cool if it just dropped in? It just like took care of a real life threats.
Yeah, I know.
And it's happening in this world today.
The fights in the first Iron Man felt like intense.
Oh, so good. I mean, and I liked.
And it was like Tony Stark's like finding his way right now.
Yeah, so good. And I liked. What's the bad guy?
Not Killmonger. Ironmonger.
Not.
Oh well.
But his character's name.
Obadiah.
Jeff Bridges, yeah, Obadiah Stane. I liked Obadiah Stane.
I did like Obadiah
I know a lot of people don't like him, or I think he's a lesser than.
No, I like Obadiah Stane.
I like
fucking evil as fuck.
I liked him.
You're gonna set up your mans.
I know, that's so fucked up.
You're fucking kidnapped by some terrorists in Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked
up.
What
type of shit is that?
But I love the scene where it's like he's talking to the scientists about why can't they make a mini arc reactor? It's like Tony Stark made this in a cave with a box of scraps.
I'm not Tony Stark.
Yeah, I love it. That's a great scene.
Yeah,
just showing that's what Tony Stark's superpower is fucking intelligence. You can't replicate that. Yeah, I really think it's one of the best origin stories. And just God, it ends with one of the best fucking lines, right? That's really good. So what I give that a 9 out of 10. What is your number 8?
My number 8 movie is Captain Marvel.
Oh, you brought it up high.
Yeah, I know.
Mine was a 15.
I feel like now in retrospect, maybe I didn't rank it too high, but I give it a solid 8.3 out of 10.
Okay,
yeah,
it's a solid
origin story. I mean, I do like that they finally introduced the Kree and the Skrulls.
Yes,
because the Kree and the Skrulls have been around longer than like.
But the Kree was introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy because the Destroyer. What's his name?
No, Xandu.
Yeah. He also too was Kree.
But no, I mean, like really, like introduces them.
Oh yeah, these fuckers.
Yeah, like
on
really,
their home planet.
Yeah, like really.
Kala.
Yeah, like it really like gives you like what their civilization's like really all about. And, like you realize, like it was like read the comics or like even watch like Fantastic Four, like realize it's like oh man, like Korean Skull's been around for like a really long time.
So what about Captain Marvel you feel like you liked enough to put high enough to put on an 8, where I am probably missing where I put on.
Yeah, I like the overall plot. I do like the fact that young Nick Fury. I thought that was pretty dope. It has like the whole buddy cop feel moving to it.
Yeah, I like that.
I do like the fact that like we see some characters we'll see later on. What's his face? He's in
Coulson?
No, well Coulson also. What's it?
The guy with the face and the stuff.
He's the guy. He has the giant axe. He was in the first Guardians. I can't remember his name right now.
Something the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Something the Destroyer. What is it? It's the name
I like we see like the young version of him. I like the fact that we finally see like the Tesseract where's like it's been here. How long has it been here?
Oh, it's just like orbiting.
Yeah. How yeah. I was thinking like how long has like this ship like been here? Like. How long have the Skrulls been here?
I like that.
Were the Skrulls, how like
what were they eating? Every 6 years, what were they eating?
How long have these civilizations like actually been interacting with humans and humans didn't realize it?
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Definitely, yeah. Also, yeah, action scenes were pretty cool to me. I like the part where she's fighting that old Skrull with more to an old lady, but it like starts doing like parkour moves and shit. And, like she's fucking up, and like people keep stopping her, like no, that's an old lady. She's like, oh, fuck, no. Yeah, I like
the action scene where they start playing "I'm Just a Girl." I like that part.
I did like the action scenes. I liked watching her blow up those ships.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool. They all got scared shitless because she's super powerful.
Oh shit! Like what?
They're like, all right, we gotta roll out. She just took out like one of our ships, like for no reason. So,
all right,
yeah, definitely. And hey man, listen, it leads up to a special movie that will be out soon.
We're not saying which movie,
but it sets it up.
Yeah. All right, so that was your lovely 8. Number 7 for me is Black Panther.
Really?
Yeah, I have it a 9 out of 10. Black Panther, to me, when I saw it, like every time I see it, it really hits me hard. I really feel it's a movie that continuously stays great when I watch it. And I've always loved Black Panther, the idea, he's a guy who leads his own country. I always thought that was cool. Like, I wish we had more leaders who were just superheroes. Okay, go out there and fight, Trump.
But he's also like actually richer than Tony Stark. So.
He is richer than Tony Stark, which is really cool. He's the richest guy in the MCU. And he goes from. I love how his character goes from. He goes from a serious arc. Goes from someone who is embracing. Being an isolated country, by the end not embracing the very ideals that the villain was believing, and that's what that when you can go from that kind of arc where you want to change, and because of something your villain did, that's like whoa, that's some change and shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean the movie it's got a lot of heart in it. Yeah. It's got perhaps the best villain next to Thanos in it.
Yeah.
Like he makes. I like when the villain is so impactful that he really moves the story along. It's like this all happened because of this fucking guy, and he really impacts the characters, the good characters. Yeah. I mean, there's several scenes in that movie where I'm just like
the fight scenes to me were like definite.
Yeah,
it felt very intense to me.
I felt like the fighting scene where it's like they take away his black power.
He's got to fight like a regular dude.
Those were very meaningful and impactful fighting scenes, and it felt like that was like. Ryan Coogler's experience of doing the Creed movie.
Yeah.
Like that felt like some shit.
Right?
Yeah, it felt hard hitting. It was really good.
I definitely appreciate those fight scenes.
Yeah, and I love the supporting characters very much. I really loved how the one of my favorite scenes in that movie is when Okoye and I think it's Akia, they're talking, like Akia is asking for Okoye's help. So we gotta get this Killmonger out of here, but Okoye, even though she is very much with her in heart and spirit. She's like, my allegiance is with Wakanda. He's the king now, and that part is so heartbreaking to me. It's just like I get a little choked up. It's like seeing that feeling of like being so patriotic to the point where you're going against your own
lover,
what you think is right. And then I like that she finally makes that change later, but it's a great emotional scene. Fucking good. I feel like I like it. I feel like sometimes I feel like it's people feel like it's so overrated to the point where there's a lot of people thinking that it's overrated. Oh, it's overrated. Shouldn't have gotten Best Picture nominated. Oh, it's overrated. I feel like it's so. I think it's overrated. I think it's underrated by those people who think it's overrated. I think it's.
Is it now underrated since everyone thinks it's overrated?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's very underrated by those who think it's overrated, and I think it definitely deserved its Best Picture nominated. I think it should have won. Like, it should have won. I feel like Infinity War should have got a nomination as well, but of course they're gonna kick that because it's a goofy superhero movie. But this one, had very meaningful themes. It was both. Like, you know how the Academy Awards has this issue with they never nominate the best blockbuster movie or the best racially themed movie. This year they had it was the same movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a hell of an accomplishment. It was a great fucking movie. I love it more than I think most people that I know, and I think it deserves all the praise that it gets.
Okay.
What's your number?
My number 7 is Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Okay, you got a high there.
Yeah,
okay.
I like Doctor Strange.
I like that.
I mean, just to expound on something you said earlier, just visually, just the effects in that movie were just
dazzling. Yummy.
Some of the best I have ever seen. Also, I like Benedict Cumberbatch.
What's his name?
Benedict. Oh shit. Benedict.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes. Oh, okay.
There you go. You only took me 3 times. I definitely just like his portrayal of Doctor Strange, just the character itself, and just everything we expounded on earlier, just the desperation.
Yes.
So, I mean, just the desperation to get his life back the way he thought he had to do to get his life back, but enlighten himself so much more, and just going through that process, he had to find some humility. Because he was another one. He was so arrogant and he had all the skills and everything going for him in life. He had to go through a devastating accident to learn some humility.
I love that, yeah. It was. I like that.
I like that part where he apologized to the one doctor who, did all that shit to his hands. If I apologize, he's like, I'm sorry that I blew up on you, but I know you did what you thought you had to do to keep me alive. You weren't worried about my hands. He's like, thank you.
Thank you, dickhead. I hope to see Rachel McAdams again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think she was underutilized in that movie, and she's a good actress in that. And what was your? You gave it a what out of 10?
What, Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
That's 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10. Clearly, I'm a little more generous with my my ratings.
Well, I mean, we're getting close to the top 5 right now.
Close to the top. Number 6 for me is Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Okay.
I give it a 9.5. I love this movie a lot. It's fucking hilarious. I think it's a great movie of getting everyone together. Really different personalities somehow getting together. And in many ways, better than the way the Avengers comes together. I really think it's hilarious. It's a great. It feels so fresh too. It's such a fresh feeling movie, especially when the first time you watch it. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is in the MCU. It seems so different. It's a very, very fresh movie. A really good sci-fi movie, but it's very heavy on the comedies to lighten that sci-fi blow.
It's like everyone's trying to kill everybody.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thanos comes again.
Oh boy! And
our boy Thanos.
I'm not gonna say a whole lot about it. I mean, we went over a little bit about it, but I give it. I think it's really high on my list. 9.5 out of 10. What's your number 6?
Number 6, Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that rating?
Thor Ragnarok stuff. 8.7.
Oh, 8. It's still in the 8s.
It gets close to the 9 just because, like I said, another visually stunning movie. But also, finding out that, like, Odin's son, Odin, maybe he's not the all-knowing nice dude like we all thought he was.
It's very...
He was actually probably a fucking dictator. And genocidal as fuck.
Very reflective of, like, how America was founded, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's
I didn't realize that Mjolnir belonged to his sister before it belonged to him.
And she was out for blood.
I do like him and the Hulk fighting. I like the Hulk's appearance in it. Love Jeff Goldblum as the Collector. Yeah. He's fucking great.
Collector? You mean...
Sorry. Not the
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster, I'm sorry. No, the one part where they're, like, scanning Thor... And he's like, how do you do all these things? He's like, well, you get these machines away and I'll show you. He's like, you're threatening me.
Look at that. He's threatening. Hey, Sparkles. Yeah, that was really good.
I definitely enjoy Jeff Goldblum. He's always just great. I do appreciate when he finally, like, realizes that, you don't actually need the hammer, bro. You were already, like, Thunder God. You were Thunder God to begin with. Like, I was a little sad about Odin actually, like, dying like that. Like,
he was the first one turned to ash.
Yeah, maybe a little sad. Odin dying made me very... That's like, he's probably one of the few characters I ever felt some, like, type of way. Like, damn, man. Odin been around for, like, a really long time.
I felt like that was Anthony Hopkins' best portrayal as Odin in the whole Thor series.
Yeah,
definitely. It was a lot more held back and that made for a better performance.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok, solid 8.7.
Cool.
Great movie. I loved it.
Love it.
It's, leads right directly into another excellent
may or
movie.
may not, yeah. All right, so...
Also, I like, who's that? I like the fact that, like, actually, like, Doctor Strange, like, makes a cameo appearance in that as well.
Cool. I like he's in and out. It's so good. I love that. That's how the MCU at its best should be like. It's just like, this character that, he's in here for a little bit and then he's not here anymore. It's like, it's cool.
Excellent. What's your number?
Number 5. Number 5 for me is the Avengers. I give it a 9.7
really?
out of 10. Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. I mean, what is else left to say about the Avengers? It has been said.
It's great. It's awesome. It's a wonderful movie. It's just visually storytelling. Josh Whedon, just
fucking script.
Yeah, man. It's like just comes together so beautifully. The Battle of New York. Yeah. And really, like...
Very impactful.
Not just, like, for the Avengers, but, like, the whole universe as a whole. Just, like, how even then, like, people, like, questioning, like, do we need the Avengers? Like, you can see, like, the wheel going into motion of, like, each character, like, really finding themselves and then coming together again and, saving the world. I like, the first Avengers movie it's one of my go-to movies when I want to watch a movie. Yeah. It's definitely one of my...
just like, I could always just put it on.
Yeah, I can watch it. That's a movie that I will never not watch when it's on TV.
Yeah, exactly. Balls naked after a shower. Exactly. It's on. Sorry, can't get dressed. I'm watching the rest of Avengers. Baby. Yeah, and Joss Whedon had like a fucking hell of a... Yeah. He had the... that's a lot of pressure. Like, you need to make this over event... or then if you don't, we're fucked.
Man, they should have had Josh Whedon. They should have let Josh Whedon just direct all the MCU movies. Honestly,
I wouldn't say all that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I wouldn't say
that. Okay. What about Josh Whedon with the Russo brothers? They directed the whole thing.
Too much power. That'll be overpowering. But then again, like Taika Waititi was amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
Ryan Coogler is amazing. Jon Favreau was amazing. Yeah. What was the director for Guardians of the Galaxy?
James Gunn.
James fucking Gunn is great. All right, so what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, okay. Now, what's that? You got to give that at least a 9.
No, it's a 9.
Good. We're in 9 territory.
Well, no, we're in the top 5 now. Yeah. There's in the top 5 is 9 and up.
Yeah.
Civil War, great ensemble movie. Loved it. I love how it really sort of picks up off from where Civil War ended. Civil War and Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyed like Winter Soldier, like seeing him again, him really like figuring out who he was, them like being friends again, but like at what cost? And then the whole Sokovia Accords, like which like this is all like coming to a point. At some point, they're gonna try and control everybody, and just like the general like disagreements, and like for anyone, I don't know if you ever read the comics Civil War, but like it was just such a spot on adaptation for me.
Yeah, it was really fun. I
also like the fact that like
it was better than the comic, to be honest.
Yeah, I also like the fact that like damn like Bucky killed like.
Don't get me started.
Killed Tony Stark's parents, like
yeah,
like who like did like wow. So yeah, that's such a good movie, and how it like indirectly it sets up Infinity War and Black Panther. So
delicious. It sets up Spider-Man: Homecoming, Black Panther.
Yeah.
What else?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man
came out after Ultron.
Yeah. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like three more like solo movies came as like origin movies came out
like
as
an immediate follow-up for like 4 movies.
And just really the fight scenes were pretty good. Like the fight scenes in like Captain America movies are always like on point, like A1. So I always appreciated those. But just the introduction of Black Panther, like the seeing him like chasing Winter Soldier on the motorcycle, like that was pretty cool. And just like
great fucking action.
Yeah, and just like you don't even realize like how like I don't think we'll ever know like how deep like Hydra's influence like actually goes.
Well, that's Hail Hydra. We'll keep that to ourselves. Number 4 for me is Captain America: The Winter Soldier, as a 9.8 out of 10 for me. I mean,
you actually have Winter Soldier like one number below where I have it. So.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say other than it's fucking amazing. Like it's a great suspenseful conspiracy thriller, but it's a superhero movie. That's amazing.
Definitely, you can see like the evolution of Captain America from like what he thought he was. He became a soldier who just wanted to do the right thing. Now he's not sure like. Is his mission
like
now
before,
like the right thing?
Before, like in the first one, it was pretty black and white with what good and evil was, and now he's in this new modern age where it's a lot more gray.
There's a lot of gray areas.
What is good? What is evil? And he has to really understand.
Everything's all like then just like
he's not some government stooge. He fights for what he fucking believes in.
They just like figure out like damn like how was like Hydra able like to like operate in S.H.I.E.L.D. like unnoticed like all this time, like how?
Yeah.
Like how were they able to do that?
It was really fucking good. That's a great. They needed to really go in about his being at a time.
Yeah,
and they really focused on that and made the movie that much better. And it's just like a 70s political thriller.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the fight scenes in that movie. I love how it. Directly or indirectly,
Nick Fury getting chased and the
indirectly. Well, no, directly, indirectly, like it does set up. It does set up Age of Ultron and Civil War.
Oh, it does. I'm sorry.
Yes,
you're right.
It definitely
does. It's a lot of great setups, but the movie, individually speaking, it's
probably out of all of them. It's definitely like my favorite like solo character movie.
Yeah, it's really
like,
fucking good.
When a soldier's in their movie, like whenever it's on TV, like automatic.
Again, I got it balls naked. Like, it's on. I gotta watch the rest.
Like the fight, like just on the fight scenes alone. Like my favorite,
like the first action scene in the movie where he's on that ship, he's just kicking dudes off the ship.
Well, no, not even that. Not that. My favorite fight scene is actually when he's in the elevator. All those fucking shield.
Before we begin, does anyone want to get out?
Like that, like just like so good. And then the one scene where they're like back on his old like army base, and you see like young like Captain America before he the serial. Just it was so beautiful. And then when they're like inside the base and like you see like picture of Tom Lee Jones, you see Agent Carter, you see Stark's dad, and she's like, oh, who's like blatantly you can tell like that emotion like inside, like he wants to tell her, but like he doesn't want to tell anybody because that's how much she means to him.
Some of the best like hand to hand action,
absolutely,
in the blockbuster since The Matrix.
Yeah,
it was like
absolutely, absolutely, so good.
Yeah, so good. So what's your number 4?
My number 4 is actually Avengers: Infinity War.
That's a number 4.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
9.5 out of 10.
Oh, what's holding back from being a 10?
Just
too many people died, made you sad.
How
dare you kill people?
I didn't like Vision's character particularly.
Oh really? You thought he was too underpowered?
Yeah, like
no, they fucked him up.
I know, but like, dude, you have an Infinity Stone. Like what? Like these like regular ass like henchman dudes like should not be fucking you up.
First off they jumped on him because he was too emotional with his lovely girl. And that jump on him really made him weak.
Captain America came to save you, punk ass. Like,
yep. But that's the thing that what I liked about that scene was they were exploiting Thanos' children were exploiting their weakness for being emotionally involved. Or they just caught him off guard.
Yeah.
But what makes, even though that they're the most powerful beings, more powerful than Cap and the rest of them, what makes Cap and Falcon and Black Widow strong OP is that their coordination, their teamwork, catching them off guard and exploiting their weakness was their emotional attachment. It was like when we get stabbed, like move, I can get up, and so obviously they have some kind of thing there they care about.
No, I love the action scenes. Story was always pretty much on point. Thanos is great. When it's like some of the best cinematography, I thought it was like 2 fights going on at once.
Yep.
That fight on Titan, that fight on Earth, like, it was great. A little disappointed that we didn't get to see. We only got to see Hulk in the beginning of it, but shit happens. You get punched in the throat.
Hey, Endgame's gonna happen. I'm sure he'll be.
We'll see.
We'll see. I like
that. I my favorite part will always be when Thor comes down with Stormbreaker. And it's like, oh shit!
It's like the best moment.
Everybody about to get fucked up.
And
he's like, bring me Thanos. She's like, fuck it, it up. Man, like Infinity War is just a very good ensemble movie.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. Patiently waiting.
It sucks. It sucks to wait this long.
2 more days.
All right, we got 3 more movies left on this list. I'm gonna go right into it. Number 3 for me is Captain America: Civil War, and I gave it a 10 out of 10. I think we already talked about it.
Yeah,
we don't need to talk that much about it. But it's just fucking great.
Yeah.
I don't need to talk about it. We already talked about it. It's fucking
I want to talk about it more though because it's so good.
It's so fucking great.
It's so good.
Yeah, the airport battle is fucking just. That was the first time I felt like was really introduced to the idea where you could. It's an epic battle where there's great dialogue in that battle. And
we finally see Ant-Man get huge.
Yes, you got Giant Man. When you did that in the movie theaters, I was what?
he finally got huge.
That was really cool. That was a great moment.
Oh man. I was sad though. Rhodey got all hurt real bad. Now he's all paralyzed. Like fuck.
That was sad as shit. But he got over it. Yeah. He just walked it off. No,
obviously.
But I thought that movie it was a very difficult job. You're introducing 2 big characters, Spider-Man, Black Panther, in this huge ensemble movie, and they fucking made it work.
Yeah, man,
remarkably well.
Russo brothers did it. They have great.
They have some magic. Those
guys. That's why, man.
Sprinkle that Russo magic.
Well, no, because the Russos did Winter Soldier as well, I believe.
They did. Yeah, they don't fucking play. They don't play. They come to.
That's what I'm saying. Like the best Captain America has the best 3 movie individual run.
Yeah.
3 movie individual run.
I think the best.
Even though Civil War, you can make a case for that really being an ensemble movie, damn near an Avengers movie, but. you know, we get
I
it.
mean, his Captain America's life at that point is so has so much to deal with the Avengers at that point.
Yeah.
So they have to be involved with his life. And then you really think about it, what moves that story along is Winter Soldier coming in there, and that's his buddy.
Yeah. And also, I almost forgot because, well, my number 3 is Winter Soldier. We already went over it anyway. But I love how, actually, one thing I love about Winter Soldier, how it hints at how Tony Stark's parents died.
Yeah, and then in Civil War, they get into
when I saw the Civil War, I was like, oh, shit. Yeah. That made me go back and watch Winter Soldier. I'm like, oh, that's what they were foreshadowing, like, all of that.
That is one of the best, like, third act fights
in
the whole
absolutely
MCU. It's just like that personal Cap versus Tony scene. Is oh my god!
I'm glad we finally saw the Unibeam. Yeah. That was great. Blows off Winter Soldier's arm. That was fucking sick. Blows off Winter Soldier's arm. Like, that was pretty. Yeah. So good. Just
great.
So good.
I mean, and it had real consequences. It broke up the Avengers.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's been some criticism of like, well, Rhodey didn't die. There should have been a death. It's like, no, the Avengers fucking broke up. How is that not big enough of a consequence for you? Exactly. That reason alone is why Thanos won.
Like, what happens to Baron Zemo now? I need to know.
Fuck that guy.
I need to know.
So you're saying number 3 is your number 3 is Winter Soldier, right?
Yeah.
All right, and what'd you rank it as?
It's a 9.5.
9.5? Okay, all
right. My number 2?
I'm going to say the number 2. You go. I haven't said mine yet, but you go.
My number 2 is Iron Man.
First Iron Man. Okay.
Yeah, first Iron Man. Number 2, first Iron Man. I feel we've already said so much about it.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, what more is there left to say? I mean,
it's a great performance by Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
You should have got an Academy Award nomination.
Awesome origin story. I mean, probably one of, if not the best origin story in the entire MCU. It's the movie that started everything. It's the reason why we're here doing this.
Grandpapa, yeah. But, what's the out of 10? What do you give it?
Oh, it's 9.8.
9.8? Oh, shit.
9.8 out of 10.
Oh,
9.8 out of 10. It's just, so well done. And you knew from, like, the moment you saw Robert Downey Jr., it's like, oh, man, like, they casted, like, the perfect person to play. So, like,
he can't find anyone else on the planet to do it. He
is Tony Stark.
All right, my number 2 is Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
I gave it a 10 out of 10. I think Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
Ever. It's like it's one of my favorite comedies. It is one of my favorite action comedies. I think Taika Waititi does a great fucking job directing this movie. He really puts a stamp on this movie with his directional shits. I mean, and we didn't really, when we were talking about Thor Ragnarok earlier, we didn't mention about all the supporting characters, about like
Loki.
Loki was great as usual, but I'm talking about like Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Was that
like are we gonna see her again? I don't.
Korg. Hey man, my name's Korg. I'm made of rocks. Fucking great.
Yeah.
And no, there's actually Valkyrie's gonna be in it. She's gonna be in it. I saw an ad where she had some FaceTime in there.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, just Thor Ragnarok. What always pisses me off about people who don't like Thor Ragnarok, they say, "Oh, it's too many forced humor." It's like
I loved it.
I loved it. I mean, I feel like if you find that movie like it's forced humor, that means you have no sense of humor. You're dead inside. I don't like you. I mean, it tells a lot from what kind of person you are. Are you the type that loves Thor Ragnarok, or you think it's too much humor?
No, like, I love Thor Ragnarok.
So good.
I love that. I love the part where like he's banned for a little bit, and he's like, "Yeah, we fought. I had to beat you though," and he's like, "That doesn't sound right."
That's true. Yeah, I mean, and I think it's like it's
so good.
Chris Hemsworth best performance in the whole MCU.
Absolutely.
His first time he's
like I said, man, Thor Ragnarok like saved like the trilogy.
Yeah, I mean,
it really saved that shit.
And
it really saved it.
I thought it was like Mark Ruffalo's best performance. I mean, I really.
Well, you really have to see like that relationship between Thor and Hulk like really develop.
Yeah, that's a pair that you never really had any attention before. It was really good to see. And of course the Hulk and Thor fight was fucking great. Yeah. And the needle drop with the Led Zeppelin song both times were fucking great.
Well, like also just like you finally like get to see like the Hulk and like he doesn't have to be in an ensemble movie.
It's just great. I don't know. A lot of people don't. Also, the naysayers of that movie said they didn't really care or like Hela.
Okay.
I fucking loved Hela. I loved Hela. I thought her Kate Blanchett's performance of Hela was so fucking powerful. Good. She's fucking great and hilarious and
she's super powerful.
So super OP, but she's great. Remember she takes on the whole fucking Asgardian army. Yeah. He looks at she chokes the guy, looks at him, and just cracks his neck by just looking at him. That's so sick.
Yeah, she's super powerful. I would have loved to see like more
Ragnarok
flashbacks.
That flashback with her fighting all the Valkyries. It looked like a fucking beautiful painting, oil painting. So
I definitely would have appreciated like more like her and Odin like flashbacks.
And here's a thing that I don't know if you know, but remember that's part of the scene, that great scene where Mark Ruffalo jumps out of the spaceship and lands on the surface. Boom. That's actually supposed to be a reference to the Incredible Hulk movie. Remember when Edward Norton falls out of the airplane and lands into the street and he comes out as well? That was supposed to be a play on that.
Oh, okay.
I really love that dynamic. It's fucking great.
Yeah, no,
fucking great. Great use, the best use of a Led Zeppelin song I've ever seen in the movie. All right, now we're to our number one. I'm gonna go out and say it. Infinity War. 10 out of 10.
I knew you were.
I know you knew that, but I mean, it's one of my favorite movies ever. I've seen that movie at least 30 times by now. Like I can always watch it. It's like I think it's one of the best paced movies I've ever seen, especially for a big blockbuster movie. Has such a great pace. It's constantly like things are happening, and it's all good. Yeah. It's like I think it's like that and The Dark Knight rival for like the best superhero movie ever. Yes. Okay. 10 out of 10. I mean, not a whole lot for me to say other than fucking 10 out of 10. Perfect.
My number one is the Avengers.
The OG Avengers.
OGs. First Avengers. 10 out of 10 for me.
Okay. And that's the only 10 out of 10 you do.
Yeah, it is.
Because I have 3 10 out of 10s. You have
I have one 10 out of 10. Well, if we're going to be in the top spot, you got to be 10 out of 10.
You got to be 10, yeah. Unless you're DCEU ranking. I don't know if it's going to be top 10 out of that. If everyone's coming out.
Yeah, I mean, is that really more you can say about Avengers? Wonderfully written, wonderfully directed.
Wonderfully delicious, scrumptious.
Great group origin story. I mean, the fight in New York, so great.
Yep.
I mean, it's like I said, it's definitely a movie whenever it comes on, I'm watching it all the time.
Balls naked, balls out, eyes out. What? All right. Well, that's our top 21 list, and I'm going to go out and say I think Endgame's going to top the list. I think it is. I think it's going to be number one. When all is said and done, I think Endgame will be number one on the list.
Well, that remains to be seen.
It remains to be seen. It does. But when I watch it, this movie sucks. All that hype for nothing.
But we know it's
well, what do you think? Do you think you're gonna think it's gonna be a 10 out of 10?
I don't know.
Or are you afraid to buy into that hype?
I mean,
are you afraid to buy into that? Because I'm already in the
sort of. Because I don't want to like ruin it for myself.
I've seen look after Infinity War was like the most hyped movie ever and it exceeded that hype for me.
Yeah.
It's like I have nothing but faith for this movie. I'm gonna just say Endgame 10 out of 10. I haven't seen it yet.
We'll see.
Completely shelling for this movie.
Well, we have Endgame, we have Far Away from Home, Spider-Man sequel.
Far From Home, yeah.
We got that coming up, so we got a lot to discuss.
A lot of a lot to be fed on for us Marvel fans.
Exactly.
A lot to feed on. Let's have a quick little lightning round to cap off our our top 21 MCU ranking. Here's the lightning round. I have some questions here. So here we go. Just answer. We don't need to explain it. Just give me your answer and that's it. All right, here we go. Which movie has gotten better over time for you? Which movie that you initially saw is but after time has passed, you're like, it's actually gotten better.
Definitely Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange? And which one's gotten worse?
We know which one's gotten worse.
Which one? Hulk?
The Hulk.
It was already bad. It's even gotten worse than bad.
I mean, it's really between the Hulk or Thor Dark World.
Okay.
Although the thing with Thor Dark World is that's the second instance where we see an Infinity Stone being introduced. So.
To me, what the movie has gotten better over time, I think I said before, is Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
It's gotten better over time, and what's gotten worse over time is Thor 1. I think I saw it first, when I first saw it, I was like, this is good, and then I see it recently, I'm like, no.
Nah.
Not pretty more closer to average. Also, Age of Ultron. Also that. That's also got worse.
Get out of here, man.
All right, who other than Thanos is the best villain in MCU?
Other than that, what, best villain?
Yes.
Loki.
Killmonger. Which one do you think is the worst?
Whiplash.
Yeah. I'm going to say I think it's Malekith from the Dark World. He's such a forgettable, bland, nothing.
Kills Thor's mom, though, so I don't know.
Somewhat. It's still, you have to remind me about that. Best moment in the MCU?
Best moments of the...
just best moment. Number one. Top number one.
Between when Thor comes down to in the middle of the Battle of Infinity War... And when Captain America orders Hill to fire all the cannons at the helicarriers in Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay. That's a hot take.
Because little did we realize that little act, how much impact the act of doing that and releasing all the information.
Yeah.
All the internet was gonna do.
That's a lot of shit. To me, it's Thor entering Wakanda. It's just the best moment. Yeah. What's the worst moment? I'll say my worst moment when in The Incredible Hulk, when the guy says, "Oh, you don't want to do that. You could be an abomination." It's so bad. That was the worst moment.
Such laughably bad.
So bad.
Dialogue.
It's like Fox Marvel.
Let's see. Worst
moment in the MCU.
Worst moment.
Come on, rapid round.
I know, I'm trying. I don't know, probably Red Skull taking off his mask.
You really didn't like that moment. That felt nothing.
We already knew you were fucking evil as shit, bro. Come on.
Should have just started out with the Red Skull.
Yeah. Right? Oh, so why didn't just go with the movie just with rocking the red?
Yeah, it might as well. I agree with that. I don't think it's the worst moment, but I do agree with that description. Best character interaction.
Thor and Hulk in the first Avengers.
Thor and Hulk in the first Avengers?
Yeah.
To me, it's Tony Stark and Doctor Strange. It's Infinity War. That's just
Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
It's ecstasy for me. Best romance or ship in the MCU.
Captain America first with Peggy Carter, and then with Black Widow.
To me, I'm gonna say Pepper Potts, OG, with her and Tony Stark. Okay. That's the best ship. Best MCU Avenger, not the best Avenger in all of comics. The best one iteration of the Avengers in the MCU.
Wait, what?
What is your favorite Avenger?
Individual
from the MCU.
That's a hard one.
Because to me, I'll say Captain America. And that before the MCU, he was not at all. Spider-Man was always my favorite. But MCU happened, Cap really impressed me.
I'd say between like Thor and Iron Man.
Okay.
Oh, because you really didn't have like a... You only saw like them in the cartoons. You never saw like live action. Like it really like...
Really upped it.
Yeah, it really like upped it, did them justice. Before then, like my favorite Marvel movie character was probably Wolverine.
Yeah. Like to me, it was Wolverine, Spider-Man, Punisher, Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider's my book, oh man.
Really?
Yeah,
you like Ghost Rider?
Johnny Blaze was the shit. I fucking loved him.
It's okay.
I thought he was riding a motorcycle.
Nicolas
Skull
Cage.
Blade. No, I didn't like Nicolas Cage. He wasn't my Johnny Blaze. Not my Johnny Blaze. Okay, well, and now one more question. Who will 100% die in Endgame? 100%. It's like you'll bet house money on it.
100% going to die?
To me, I think Cap is going to die. 100%. I think he's guaranteed.
I think it's either going to be Cap, Iron Man, or Thor.
Oh, you think one of the big three or all the big three?
I think one of those big three.
Do you think it's one of them or all of them?
One of them.
Not all. You don't.
No, I like all of them.
You think to do them dirty?
One of them. Someone's got to be
Someone's got to live to
take down Thanos. But it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be one of those three. It's gonna make the ultimate sacrifice.
And give us a quick super last question. Give us a prediction of what will happen in Endgame.
How
do you think it'll end?
How do I think? Ooh. Well, it's hard to say.
I think that what happens in Endgame is, from everything I've watched from like the trailers and all that, I think in the first act they go to fight Thanos again after he saved Tony Stark, and I think they fight Thanos, and Thanos kills Captain Marvel and Thor, and then there's a huge time gap, like maybe like a 5-year time gap. Then that's when Ant-Man comes back from the quantum realm, and that's when they realize that this quantum realm exists.
Yeah.
And then they try to assemble the team again. That's when they let's get a Hawkeye back, and let's get all these guys back. That's when they go into the quantum realm, try to go do some time shit.
Time travel stuff.
Time travel shit.
Oh, that's why
I think that Captain America
Ant-Man and Doctor Strange are the key.
They are.
Ant-Man and Doctor Strange are definitely the key.
You all laughed at us. Now who's laughing now?
They're definitely the key.
Yes. All right. Well, that has been this wonderful MCU ranking.
We thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Stay tuned for our next recap.
We're gonna review Endgame. We're gonna talk about the shit out of Endgame.
Yes.
We're gonna be crying, get a box of tissues, be crying pour a little hearts out.
Should be quite eventful. Make sure you click that link and subscribe.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. This has been Justin. This has been Timmy. So long, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Or listening, rather. Take care.
Chillin' with Shilling.
Chillin' and Shilling Podcast.
Hey!